Today I'm going to teach you how to find slope and y-intercept from linear equations. What's slope? Well, hopefully you've watched my other videos on types of slope and finding slope from graphs and ordered pairs and tables. The slope of a line is a measure of its steepness. We do rise over run, the change of y over the change of x. And if you remember, we have 4 types of slope: positive, negative, zero, and undefined. In math, we use the variable m to represent slope. We use that in the equation that I'm going to show you real soon. Well, if we're looking for a y-intercept, what's a y-intercept? The y-intercept is a location where a line goes through the y-axis. So in this case, you see the green line goes through 5 on the y-axis. And so we would say that is 0.05. In math, we use the variable b to represent the y-intercept. This is what we call the slope-intercept equation. As I said before, the m represents the slope, so we'd actually have a number there, not the letter m. And the b represents the y-intercept. And again, I would have a number there, not just the letter b. Recently, when you did function tables, you were given equations in slope-intercept form that you had to make a function table and put numbers such as 0, 1, and 2 in there to get the y value, so you had ordered pairs to graph. Well, I'm going to tell you what, this is so exciting. Once you know how to find the slope and y-intercept from an equation, you no longer have to do function tables. You can go straight from the equation to the graph, which is the next lesson. So right now, let's figure out how do we find slope and the y-intercept. Slope is the coefficient for x. So in the first case, it's a -2, and in the next case, it's a 3. Notice I don't write -2x. I just write the -2. I don't want the entire term. I just want the number, the coefficient. The y-intercept in the first one is a 6, and we would put that as 0, 6 if we were listing it as an ordered pair. The next one is a -4, and again, as an ordered pair, it would look just like this. Look at these two. Can you find the slope and y-intercept of each? Well, let's look at the first one. My slope is not 6. My slope is the coefficient of x. So what number can multiply times x and still be invisible? A 1. My y-intercept is the constant. In this case, it's a 6. Alrighty, let's look at the next one. What's my slope? Well, what's the invisible number for a negative? -1. But where's my y-intercept? Well, what number can we add and it be invisible? The 0. So your y-intercept here is 0. Don't forget that you will probably need to have the actual ordered pair for each of these, just like that. Okay, what about these two? Well, the first one's easy. The coefficient for x is 1/2, and your constant is a -4. And if I didn't say it before, this is part of that y-intercept, so don't forget it. But what about the next one? Is it a 2? Is it /2? Well, what number is beside x that can be invisible? A 1. That's the exact same equation as the one to the left. The slope is 1/2, and your y-intercept is -4. Before I forget, I better do this. All right, how you feeling? You feeling pretty confident about this? Well, how about this one? Don't go too fast. Don't tell me it's a 3 and an 8 or a 2 or a uh-oh. Because to find the slope and y-intercept, you need to have it in slope-intercept form. I have to have it solved for y. So who's bothering the y? The -8. But, oh, I got that parentheses. I got to get rid of that too. So I'm going to do that first. Get rid of my parentheses. So I have y minus 8 equals 3x plus 6. And now I'll get rid of that -8 with a +8. Just like this. Y equals 3x plus 14. Now, what is the slope? Well, the slope is 3 and the y-intercept is 14. That wasn't too bad, was it? Ah, it has a fraction. That's okay, you can do this. Go ahead, pause the video, solve for y, figure out the slope and the y-intercept, and then come back. All right, here we go. I am going to distribute that 1/2, which becomes 1/2 x, and then 1/2 of -8 is just -4. Then I'm going to subtract 2. Y equals 1/2 x minus 6. All right, so what's my slope? 1/2. What's my y-intercept? -6. And there you go. Okay, here's another new one. And again, to find the slope and the y-intercept, I have to solve for y. I cannot say right now that the slope is 2 and the y-intercept is 6, because if I did, I'd be wrong. So here we go. I need to get y by itself. This is why we teach literal equations. I'm going to get rid of the term 2x on both sides. And I'm going to have a negative 3y equals, I'm going to put the 2x first, the negative 2x first, and then that 6 was positive. Then I'm going to divide every single term by negative 3. If you're going to divide, you got to divide every single term. So that goes away. I have y equals, and that becomes a negative divided by negative is a positive, so positive 2/3 x, and then that becomes a minus 2. All right, what's my slope? 2/3. What's my y-intercept? Negative 2. And here is the ordered pair. All right, let's try that one more time. Pause the video. Do this on your own. Realize that you're going to get fractions for both, and that is okay. All right, here we go. I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides of 5y equals negative 4x, and then it's a positive 8. Divide by 5, divide by 5, divide by 5. Y equals, it looks like negative 4/5 x plus 8/5. So my slope is negative 4/5. My y-intercept is 8/5, which would not be fun to graph, but there we go. The ordered pair is like this. Is that what you got? So in summary, here are the 3 steps. Put your equation in slope-intercept form if it's not already there, which is just solve for y. Y equals mx plus b. The m, which is x's coefficient, is the slope. And the b, which is the constant, is the y-intercept. All right, now go find some equations and find the slope and y-intercept. Have some fun.